All right, welcome to week 5. This week I've assigned an article by Judith Shklar, who is one of my favorite modern contemporary political theorists. I believe she died in 1997. She was at Harvard for many years, Latvian immigrant. And her task is what she wrote, her task was what she calls redeeming political theory. And what she's suggesting is she's trying to push back on this idea that, American political thought was completely dominated by liberalism. And she's basically saying, no, there are a lot of undercurrents in American political thought and a lot of mainstream currents in political thought. And she's making a very controversial claim. She actually argues that we're running two experiments on parallel tracks in the early 19th century. On the one hand was an experiment in liberal democracy. On the other hand was an experiment in quite straightforward authoritarianism. And there remains an authoritarian strain in American political thought. And so, look, this is highfalutin stuff, and I understand that. And this is a 2000 level course. I don't expect you guys to have some kind of encyclopedic grasp of this material. But I do want you to look at it as an illustration of how modern political theorists work and what their subject matter is and why it's relevant for understanding political science broadly conceived. Okay, so Shklar is basically saying that American political thought is not monolithic, that there are a lot of different ways that Americans have looked at politics, and a lot of them are not particularly liberal in character. So we have that article, and I want you to read it carefully. I want you to talk about it. And again, as always, if you're confused, ask questions during the forum. Write questions out. That's very valuable. If I see a lot of questions, it puts me in a position to try and answer them for you and clarify what's going on. So we have the forum that's due this week. We have the quiz that's due this week. And then, of course, we have the first unit exam, which, again, you have to make sure that you're done with it by midnight or 11:55 Sunday, which is, the 17th, I believe, is the week for this, unit. So don't start your exam at 10:30 Sunday night. Right? Give yourself plenty of time to get that work done, to spend the time, especially with those short answer and concept IDs. That takes some time to do effectively. And for many of you, this will be your first class with me, so you're experiencing one of my exams for the first time, and I know that some people have trouble with that. So anyway, first unit exam is due this week. Your forum, and then your quiz. Make sure you get all those done on time. Let's have a good